Hey guys, welcome back to Aaron in Copenhagen. Today I want to capture that perfect fall vibe, so we're going to go to a spooky church and then afterwards we're going to go next door and check out the beautiful fall leaves in the cemetery. I say spooky church, it just looks a little bit creepy to me. From what I've seen of pictures of on the inside, it's actually really beautiful, and I've never been there, so I'm really excited to go check it out today. And then afterwards I'm going to show you how I decorate for Halloween, including carving some pumpkins and showing you how to make some Halloween crafts of your own. Let's get to it. That was so beautiful inside. If you get a chance, definitely come here. Oh, it's sunny. So now we're gonna hop over the road and go check out the cemetery and some beautiful autumn leaves. Okay, so we are now out in Amager, Fælled, which is a nature reserve on the island of Amager in Copenhagen. And we're going to pick up some supplies to make some Halloween crafts. Even if you don't have kids, you're never too old to make Halloween crafts. So you can see how we decorate for Halloween and also try making some Halloween crafts of your own. So what we're looking for are a couple of small sticks about this size. I usually grab a couple, but you really only need one. Look for anything that might make a good miniature broom handle. We also want a bigger size branch like this one, with lots of little twigs on there. It's fine if it's got leaves or whatever on it, but you can just remove those. We want the branch completely bare. Like this. And the last thing we need is anything dead, dry, and bristly like this dried grass here. It's going to be used for a witch's broom, so just use whatever you can find that works. Okay, so this is our first craft, a little witch's broom. This is so simple to make, but it really looks so effective. You can leave the end all crazy if you like. I usually trim the ends so they're a bit tidier because I think it looks more like a broom that way, but how thorough you are is up to you. These can be hung anywhere really, on your front door, propped up on a shelf, or like I'm doing here, hanging up in our window. Next we have this cute little springy pumpkin. We'll need a sheet of orange paper, some glue, a green and a black pipe cleaner, and some super glue, which I forgot to film here. This one maybe looks more childlike, but it's still super festive and adds a great pop of color to a room. Next is our large branch decoration, and this one is so quick and easy. You just cut out some shapes from orange, black, and white paper or card. I'm doing bats, pumpkins, and little ghosties. You can draw little faces on them or just leave them blank. Then you tie some thread through the top of them and hang them on a branch like so. So now we're going to do some pumpkin carving. I don't know how obvious it is kind of just grabbing a knife and carving what you want, but I'll show you how I like to do it. Maybe if you haven't grown up carving pumpkins, it's not so obvious to you, but yeah, I'll show you what I like to do. So you'll need some different sized knives, a spoon. If you have an ice cream scoop, that's even better, but just a regular spoon will do. A bowl. Make sure you have some newspapers because it makes cleanup a lot easier afterwards. And then I like to have just a ballpoint pen, a biro pen, whatever you call these ones. It's easiest to draw on the pumpkin. Again, you don't have to draw on the pumpkin, that's just how I like to do it. So I normally start by doing a little line where I want to do my lid. So what's this one? And then that's where we're going to start. So let's see, maybe a long one. And then obviously, please be careful with your knife. If you're a child, get an adult to help you. Oh. So I find it's easiest just kind of doing lots of little connecting stabs in there. That sounds wrong, but you know what I mean. Doesn't have to be perfect, and you try and face the knife away from you. I know that's knife safety 101, but just in case it's not obvious. That's where things can go wrong. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's just an access point. And also just when selecting pumpkins, I usually like to get one that's like this one has a nice wide, what would be its base. There's not too many little, you get those little gnarly bits on the pumpkin. There's not too many of those. And this is a nice tall one. You can get like a nice little short fat one. It depends what you want to do. I usually kind of, when I'm picking my pumpkin, I kind of imagine what face it will have. Yeah, maybe that's just me. Or what design I'd like to do on it. Whoa, some of the stock fell off then. Never had that happen before. Alright, there we go. You want to just pull that up, and then you want to cut that little bit across like that. And you can already see some of the pumpkin seeds coming out. You can save these. They're really delicious if you wash them, you clean them really good. You spread them out on a baking paper on a tray, put them in the oven with lots of salt over them, some salt over them, and then roast them for a little bit. They're delicious. So I'm probably gonna save these seeds and do something with them. Okay, so that's your lid. Let's put it to the side. Now we're gonna go in. It's gonna get messy. You just wanna pull out all those seeds. Oh, it smells so good. I love pumpkins. Yeah, it's funny, my husband, who's Danish, he makes amazing pumpkins. Like, he does ones, have you ever seen the pumpkins where it looks like a design in the front, but when you light it at night, then you can see something projected that's different out in the back? He's done loads of those ones with like line work, line drawings. It's, yeah, he's really good. I like to keep mine classic and traditional, but it's always interesting each year to see which one he comes up with. He always comes up with something completely new that I've never seen before. But yeah, I don't know if you've noticed by now, but I really love Halloween. I don't really know why. I think it's just because I've lived in so many different places during my life, but this is something that I grew up with, so I have nice childhood memories of it. And it's just nice if you're an expat, you're living in a foreign country that might not have these traditions. It's just nice to bring the traditions with you. You can make new ones as you have your own family. There's been a few years in the past that I've really gotten into Halloween. We used to live in this it was like a little narrow house in London, and all the windows were like floor to ceiling glass windows, and then the bottom part was frosted. And there was one year that I spent ages cutting out, I like traced my hand in some black paper, and then I stuck loads of like hands up on the windows. And then we have one of those lamps that has I think they call it, like, it's by Philips, like a hue lamp or whatever, where you can just basically choose any color you want. And I would choose like scary, like reds or greens, like very Halloween colors to backlight the hands on the window. That was so much fun. It's fun. I enjoy getting scared and be like spooky things like that. Even if it's just a bit of fun, you know. You might not necessarily believe in ghosts or you know, supernatural things, alien, all that stuff, but it's just fun to kind of make believe. And you get candy. What's not to like about that? Okay, I think I've kind of come to the end. Now I like to draw my face on. You don't have to do it so perfect. It doesn't have to be exact. Kind of the charm of, I think, of carving pumpkins is that they can look a little bit crooked and makes them look a little bit creepier. But I am a perfectionist, so I'm going to draw on what I would like to do. So I just do like a very loose, I don't know if you can see that, just very, very loose sketch. It's not even like really complete. I kind of have in my head what I want to do. And then, yeah, go in with your knife. You know what? This is taking a really, really long time, so why don't we just do a little spell and speed it up a little bit. There. Okay. Now all that's left to do is see how he looks at night, all lit up. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments how you like to celebrate Halloween, or if you tried any of these crafts. See you next week.